All right, good afternoon, hockey fans. Here we are at Joy Burns Arena in lovely downtown Denver, ready to broadcast the game between the Cherokee Trail Cougars and the Denver Eagles. This afternoon's game has a start time of about 5:30. Boys will get going here, and same station. Yep, I'm live right now, so you're part of the broadcast. No, you are. It's live right now. Sorry, folks. Get a live interaction going on right here from parents, making sure they have the right broadcast channel. So, in any case, I am going to unilaterally declare this unofficial Parents' Night for tonight's broadcast because at Joy Burns Arena there is 3 rows of seating and there is really no good place to place the camera. So, parents, congratulations. You are going to be part of the screen pretty much the entire game, or at least the back of your heads will. So, again, unilaterally declaring tonight unofficial Parents' Night. Boys starting to gather around the net, pull the pucks in, and clean up and get ready for the opening face-off. Denver East Eagles had a pretty successful season during the high school year, coached by John Copperrood, and won the national title a couple years back. They do have a star player on their team, Nolan. Oh gosh, I forgot Nolan's last name. He skated with us a couple times, and he had a fantastic regular season this year. And he is wearing number 8 for the East Eagles, Angels, so watch out for him. We also get a first-time start. We get Braxton Blithe starting in net today for the Cherokee Trail Cougars, so wish him luck on his debut. Got a couple scores here that I can report for you since we are waiting for the opening face-off, and frankly, dead air is supposed to be a bad thing when you're broadcasting. So in the NCAA, Michigan is up 4-rip on Bentley. Denver University, just up the road in Loveland, is up 2-0 to Cornell. Penn State and Minnesota Duluth play later tonight. Western Michigan up 3-1 against Minnesota State. Opening face-off, and pitter-patter. Let's get at her. For the opening draw, we've got Solomon Kim, pulls it back to the defense, over to Dakota Griffiths, right up to, I think, I'm not even going to guess at names because I don't have a roster. But here we go, deep behind the Denver goaltender, cycle down low to the close side. Denver picks up the puck, Solomon Kim tries to make a pass in front, doesn't go. Back to Dakota outside the blue line, D to D, but it's intercepted. Now that here they come. Here comes Denver East, Dakota closing in on the gap. Pass in front, intercepted by Solomon, and we come back the other way. Cherokee Trail gets it up and out of the zone, forcing Denver to regroup. Here comes one of their players up ice. Looks like Pete Galambos actually wearing number 5. Had the pleasure of coaching him a couple years ago. Dakota in front of the net. Denver East makes a play. Check in the corner. Solomon Kim has the puck. Now reverse to the other side. Pass up to the wing. Wing gets control up to the center. Oh, missed pass up to the Denver East Angels. They dump it back in, but he did not gain the red line. Therefore, we have an icing. Puck will come all the way down, and Cherokee Trail will make a change. Looks like Denver East is staying with the same personnel on the ice. All right, puck is down, and here we go. Pass up to the wing for Denver East. Now here they come through the neutral zone. They've got 2, but we have 4 back, so I like those odds. Digging out of the corner, Denver East, they're fighting for control. Cherokee Trail trying to get control. Moves it up to the D. East has control. Puck shot on net, but wide. Jamie Frank pursues in the corner, finishes her check. Now we have a man walking in front. Oh, and good clear by the defense. Cherokee Trail trying to get a clear here. A little bit of physical action right in front of the broadcasters. Pass up to the forward. Try and get clear, but they still did not quite get the red line. Here we go back the other way. It's 1-on-3 here. Turnover at the blue line, and here comes Cherokee Trail. Puck gets down deep as our forwards go in pursuit. Their defenseman seems to take a digger there in the corner. We pin him up against the boards. Got a couple fresh defensemen out. DeVries gains control and comes through center ice. They gain the offensive zone, put it behind the net, and it comes across to the near side. Pursuit to the far corner. DeVries gains control. Defenseman clears it for Cherokee Trail and moves it up the boards. Comes back down the boards. Shot on net. Good save by Braxton. Good move by the Denver defenseman to get into some time and space. Still moving with the puck behind the back play. Then down to one of his other forwards to an open forward in front of the net. And it doesn't quite drop for him. Great play by the defense and by Braxton. Good save, good save. Cherokee Trail just getting the zone here, kind of back on their heels. Good pursuit by Austin Tucker. Now they'll have a chance to gain control. Takes his time through the neutral zone. Puts it in on net. Easily played by the goaltender who keeps the puck live. The Cherokee Trail team gets some fresh troops on the ice. Big turnover in front, and we turn it right back over and give it right back to Denver East. Here we go, right back the other way. Coming up the middle of the ice. Good move and a hook. So Cherokee Trail will go on the power play here with a hook call coming against Denver. Decent pace so far. Nothing too exciting, nothing too bad. Cherokee Trail does seem to be a little bit on their heels in the defensive zone. Doing a good job clearing out pucks in front, though, not allowing that garbage to be cleaned up by Denver and burying it in the back of the net. We're at 13:34 in the first period. Score still 0-0. Puck's down for the Cherokee Trail power play. Controlling in the corner. Pass goes to the front. Couldn't quite be controlled. Solomon Kim pursues. Puck is now in the corner. Trying to gain some time and space to let the power play set up a little bit. Here we go. Now they've got some room. Solomon Kim curls in front. Goes D to D. Behind the back pass back to Solomon Kim. Shot on net. Big save by Denver. The puck does clear. Takes a funny bounce off the corner of the boards. And Cherokee Trail goes and regroups behind their net. Pass up to the forward. Oh, fake reception. And here comes Austin. Has a little trouble with the pass in his skates. Their defenseman picks up and tries to come back the other way. Here we go. Denver East the other way. 2-on-4. Puck gets dumped deep. Cherokee Trail defenseman picks it up, puts it around the boards for the wing. Chips it up to Austin Tucker, who dumps it deep. The Denver East goaltender is not able to stop it behind the net, so the play continues in the corner. Battle for possession. Denver East ultimately comes out with control. Hard wrap around the corner, back to the Cherokee Trail defense. Picks it up, begins to curl towards the middle. Good move to create a little bit of time and space for himself, and then chips it up to forwards. Oh, big block right there by the defenseman. Kind of tried to take a shot, but buried it right into the opposition ankles. Here they come short-handed. Cherokee Trail steps up and gets control. Pass to our breaking forward, comes through the middle. Quick tip to the outside. Tries to put it back in front, but it's blocked by their defenseman. Comes through the middle. Tip on net, and the goaltender eats it up just like you'd eat your grandma's cookies. Good pace so far. We got about 14 seconds left on the power play. Cherokee Trail looking pretty good. Unable to really establish a controlled setup of power play in the offensive zone, but still were able to get some pressure and get a little tip on net. Puck is iced down. 8 seconds left in the power play, so we need to get on our horse and get down there. Puck's wrapped around to the wing. Tipped up, but not quite out. There it goes. Now it's out. And here we go with forwards. We got two forwards pressuring. Takes a shot. Good save by their goaltender. Control the puck established inside the Denver zone. Pass behind the net. Wrapped back behind the net. Pack up to the point and then dump back down into the corner. The power play has expired. We are playing full strength, 5-on-5. Nice breakout pass to a man moving through the middle. And Braxton gets instruction from the bench to eat it, which he happily does, and we can change up the troops. So you can see Denver East is going to try and stretch that pass right up the middle any chance they get. Cherokee Trail is going to have to be aware and make sure that their defense is talking to keep that covered. Face-off in the Cherokee Trail zone. Goes up to the Denver defenseman, then down deep. Nice little chip play back to the zone defenseman. There's Jamie Frank curling with the puck. Up around to the wing. And their defenseman steps up and pinches and holds it in. Back down to the defense in the corner. Our defense maintains defensive side positioning and continues to play. Finishes the check. Still battling for the puck. Still battling for control. The puck comes out to the far blue line, and Denver will curl. Good pass up to their forward. Cherokee Trail gets control and then gets it deep. One forward attacking, kind of two forwards playing middle ground there. Comes back to the defense, tipped away from him, and now back the other way. Denver East chips it in. They are offside. They'll have to tag up. Cherokee Trail a little bit hurried on that one. Probably could have maintained better possession and made a better play, but worked out okay because here we go in the offensive zone. Check in the corner, turnover, and here we come the other way. Denver East has control, chips it deep. Now Cherokee Trail's defense has it. Up around the wing with a wraparound pass. And now Pete Galambos in the middle of the ice. Good pass, and here we go 3-on-2. Odd man rush coming the other way. Good pass by Solo across and kind of trickles in on net, so I think that counts as a shot on goal. However, I don't think it was any danger for the goaltender. Good breakout pass to the Denver personnel. It's turned around the other way, and we're right back into the offensive zone. 1 forechecker coming in. We do have 3 forwards out there. The defense are getting a little bit of a change, and here we come back the other way. We have a 2-on-2 developing with 1 late man. There's the late man, and Cherokee Trail is able to make the play. Comes out of the zone, so Denver East will have to come and tag up. Pass up to their player, over the red line, tries to dump it out, and it doesn't quite get there. We're turning around, going the other way, 1-on-4. Solomon Kim is not afraid of those odds. He will take it any day of the week. Here comes Dakota to step in and help out. Gets dumped in the corner, and here we go, 2-on-2 the other way. Chip to the outside. Good play by Brody Lewis to take that puck out of play, and coming back the other way. DDD pass by Denver. Looks like they're starting to settle into their systems here maybe a little bit, opening up the game, making it a little bit less of a chip and chase. And here they come the other way. Pass up to the wing, 2-on-2 developing. Here we go now with a 1-on-1. Brody Lewis tries to make the play, isn't able to. Denver East skates around him and buries the puck. So goal Denver East, or the East Angels, and the score is now 1-0 with 8:17 left in the first. That play had good pace the entire time it was developing. D moved it around behind the net, straight up to the wing, and the far side wing cut up the middle of the ice, received the pass. We did a good job recognizing, Cherokee Trail did, backpedaling and covering the middle of the ice, but a pretty fancy stick handling move got the offensive opportunity and ultimately the goal. Puck's down, Cherokee Trail's back on the offensive attack. They're in the zone. Big check thrown in the offensive zone there. And Denver will chip and chase. Behind the net now. Defense picking up the puck, fighting for control. Behind the back pass, out in front. Another shot on goal for Denver. Defense sneaking in, taking a shot from the point, and still fought off over the net. Chip play out of the zone, and we are clear, but did not maintain possession. Jamie Frank coming back to pick up the puck. 1 Denver East Angel on her. Good play up ice, intercepted by Denver, and now we're going the other way. Cherokee Trail chips it into the offensive zone. Fighting for possession in the corner. Have possession now and looking for options. Puck gets turned over and is coming back the other way. Here comes the East Angels to the point. Control of the puck coming the other way. We're a little bit behind the play. Shot on goal. Braxton has it, no problem. Not a lot of panic there. Looked like it was going right for the left eye of that Cougar that is on the crest of Braxton Blithe's jersey. I'd like to say thank you to both of our listeners that are out there today. Puck is down, and here we go. Curls into the corner, picks up his head, sees a pass, gets kind of a chip, and here we go. A little battle 2-on-2 in the corner. Comes around to the other side. Defenseman in pursuit. Plays the body, pinches him off. Another check down below. And now up to the wing. Defensemen are pinching. Try and chip it out. Still not quite out of the zone. Still not out of the zone. Comes back the other way. Defenseman not able to catch up with that behind the net. Denver satisfied to just chip it deep once again. Kind of a dangerous play to the middle of the ice there in the defensive zone. Denver takes control, takes a shot. We had the lane all clogged up, so nothing but shin pads to hit there. Charging out onto the defensive core, and here we go, an opportunity possibly the other way. Puck gets chipped out and down into the defensive zone for Denver East. Cherokee Trail in pursuit. The Cougars working the angle, trying to slow this guy down through the neutral zone. Able to do so. The puck comes into the zone and does not clear. And here they come around the back of the net, looking for an option to pass. Pass comes up to the defenseman, intercepted by Cherokee Trail. Great play there. Good defensive awareness. 4 players in about 5 square feet of the ice there battling for the puck. It comes loose and heads out the other way. Cherokee Trail in pursuit along with Denver East, and it's that same defenseman who seems to be having some trouble with his edges. So number 2 on East Angels, we can recommend a good skate sharpener for you. Oh, it looks like it is number 4. In the meantime, we should be taking advantage of his inability to stay on his feet. Not quite sure what the call was there, if it was a hand pass, but they are dropping the puck outside the zone. So it was most likely an infraction caused by the Cherokee Trail Cougars. Still playing 5-on-5, 5:31 left in the first period. Puck is down. Cherokee Trail sort of wins the face-off. Comes out the defense, he puts it on net. Surprise shot. Looked like that goalie was not expecting that. Ended up on net, but he was able to get his chest in the way. I'm looking at that goaltender down there. He is pretty big. It's about the small of his back hitting the crossbar there. Bigger boy, less net to shoot at. Puck is down, and here comes the play. So wins the puck to the wing, tries to cut in front, pokes it in, doesn't quite get there. Defense steps in and rings it off the post, so close to being a point there for Cherokee Trail. Here we go, 2-on-1 the other way. Denver, good play there by the defense, intercepting the pass. Here we go the other way, chipping it up. We have a Cherokee Trail player in pursuit. Dakota coming in on the defenseman. Peels away. The Denver East Eagles are able to maintain control. And now they turn it over in their zone. Can jump all over that and create some opportunities here. Here comes Solo Kim. And now back to their defense again. Coming back the other way. There we go. Denver East has a man open. Big stretch pass, and he's wide open, has a lot of room. He rings it off the post. No goal. Up to the defenseman. The Denver East only has 3 players on the ice right now, and the puck must have gotten chipped out of play there at the blue line. Sure enough, puck gets flipped to the referee by the players on the bench, and we're ready to rock and roll in the Cherokee Trail defensive zone. 4:24 left in the first. Puck is dropped. Our defense takes control of the puck. Cherokee Trail has it, breaking it out of the zone. Good play. Thinks he forgot we were wearing maroon today. Austin Tucker gains control of the puck, gets it deep. What a great play that is. Nice and simple. Sometimes you just need that simple meat and potatoes play to get things going. Puck comes up to the point. Jamie Frank keeps it in. Ultimately comes out of the zone, but Cherokee Trail maintains possession. Denver East with a good job putting pressure on the man with the puck, getting control of it. Austin Tucker now able to chip it by. And the puck comes back the other way. We'll have an icing call here on the Denver East Angels. Face-off will be in their zone. The puck is down, walking across the middle. Get a good shot. Good save by Denver East, and the puck comes out to center ice. Jamie Frank with control. Goes D-to-D. East-west movement good. Nice move by the defenseman here. Keeps control of the puck and comes up. Now here we go. 4 guys on the attack, a 4-on-2. Pass comes out, and now we're coming the other way. So now we have a 3-on-1. And they put it in the top corner, glove side. And the puck gets buried for a goal. A little bit of challenging words. It seems like there's some chemistry developing on the Cherokee Trail bench. Hopefully they can get that sorted out. And here we go, face off at center ice. The score is now 2-0 Denver East with 3:17 left in the first period. Puck is down, contested face off. Here we go, back to the Denver East Angels defenseman. Chips it up to the wing, over to the other far side wing, breaks in, comes in with speed. Cherokee Trail keeps him to the outside. Play made behind the net. Quick pass out in front, and Braxton is able to find that puck and swallow it up for another face-off. Sometimes one of the hardest things in front of that net is being able to find that puck, especially for goaltenders. The mask is not conducive to looking down. Puck is down, and Cherokee Trail trying to chip it out. Kind of tied up in the zone now. Here we come back the other way. Good try for a pass out. Comes back in the zone, and turnover at the blue line. Cherokee Trail gains control again, chips it out. Pressure coming in deep. And defense has control. Tommy Wu makes a move, passes up to the middle of the ice. Held up by the Denver East defenseman. We maintain control, get the puck into the offensive zone, and now we can go to work. Battling for the puck on the half wall. Denver East will take it behind their net and start to stretch out the ice. Good play there on the far side blue line. And now it opens up on the weak side. Denver East looking through the middle again, getting behind our defense. Have to be aware. Solomon Kim. Is that Solomon? That is not Solomon Kim. That's Tommy Wu. Tommy Wu picks up the puck, moves up ice, turnover to Cherokee Trail, who clears the zone. We get the blue line, then we get the red line. Denver East gets control, dumps it back in. Braxton steers that shot aside into the corner now. Battling for the puck. Here we go. Cherokee Trail can win the race. Denver East gets control, comes back to the middle, and now we're heading the other way. Penalty coming up on Denver East. Kind of a one-handed swing that was just enough to knock that player off his feet. So we'll go on the power play for the second time today. There's 1:41 left in the first period. The score is 2-0 with Denver East ahead. We will have the power play for the next minute 41. Then the period will end, and we'll keep the power play for an additional 19 seconds going into the second period. Puck dropped in the offensive zone for the power play. Back to the D. Nice move at the top here. Puck ultimately, though, does get turned over to Denver East and cleared. One defenseman coming back for Cherokee Trail, pressured heavily by an unafraid Denver East offenseman. Sometimes it's easy to lose track of game situations and you get a little over aggressive. That's not a standard play for when you're on the penalty kill. Puck behind the net, wrapped around the boards and pops out. Funny bounce, gets past the Cherokee Trail defense, picks up control, starts to curl, looks up ice, pass up to Solomon Kim, cross ice to another player who picks it up, moves the puck up top. Good wrist shot down low, going for that 5-hole. However, it disappeared before the puck got there. Denver East now with control. Nice fancy move behind the net. Puts the puck high over Reddy's head and down the ice. In the last 40 seconds of the period now, puck picked up by our defense. We're stretching out the zone a little bit. Here he comes up ice, beats one player. Beats the second player with a quick chip pass. Two Cherokee Trail players run into each other, but ultimately the puck comes in this slot for Solo, who makes a nice move, a backhand. Doesn't quite get there, but the puck comes in front, and we're able to score. Cherokee Trail with a great goal by number 42 on the power play, assisted by Solomon Kim, I am sure. And I apologize, I do not have this same high-level intensity enthusiasm as my partner in crime, Dean, who's just running a little bit late but should be joining the broadcast at some point tonight. 17.3 seconds left in the first period, and the score is now 2-1 with the East Angels ahead. Drop the puck at center ice. Cherokee Trail in pursuit, picks up the puck. Brody Lewis makes a great play there to create a turnover, and here we come back the other way. 7 seconds left. Oh, the puck gets poked away, and Denver East has control now behind the net. They will wrap it around, and that will most likely do it for the period. There's the buzzer, and now the boys can get moving back to their benches and regroup for period 2. So a reasonable pace there for that first period. A lot of good puck movement. Cherokee Trail still in the game here, 2-1. I think they'd like to tighten up the defense a little bit, though. 2 breakaways in the first period is a little bit much, and I think the forecheck can probably use a little shot of adrenaline. Get in there and get hungry and make those defensemen make some mistakes. You can see Cody Fewigger imploring the players to get the puck up and get it out on the bench. And now, because we started it last week, we will announce our second Cherokee Trail hockey trivia question. So between the first and second period, we will have a trivia question, and we'll lay that out there for you. If you know the answer, please send your answer via email to cthockeytrivia@gmail.com. We will find the correct answers. Anybody who submitted a correct answer, we will randomly choose a winner and announce that between the second and third period. The only prize we have to offer, though, is a crisp high five or a firm handshake. So apologies for that, but it is for fun anyway. So without further ado, here is your question, your trivia question for today's game. What is the longest suspension for an in-game incident in modern NHL history? I want to know the length of the suspension and who got it. So how long is the longest suspension ever handed out on an in-game incident in NHL history, and who received that suspension? How long is the suspension and who received it? Again, send your answers in to cthockeytrivia@gmail.com, and we'll pick a winner between the second and third period to receive the glorious prize. Players lining up for the second period. CT doing their standard battle drum on the boards here. Puck is down. Brody steps up to make a play. The puck gets passed across. Oof. And that was a tough one. I am glad they missed the net. That could have been disastrous. CT on the forecheck, but Denver East with control of the puck. Gap is a little bit soft. All players are all the way back at our own blue line. Need to tighten that up to make sure that we don't give up the entire neutral zone. Puck in the corner now. Players battling for it. Comes out to the middle of the ice. Shot from outside. Player battling for it. Braxton is down. Does not look like the puck went in, though. Defenseman standing there to protect their goaltender. No penalties on the play. Looks like we'll drop the puck in the defensive zone and get at it one more time. All right, action starts up again, and here comes Cherokee Trail trying to break it out of their zone. Pass up to the defenseman, who puts it sky high and hits the championship banner in the rafters. That will draw a whistle, and we will make a change. Forwards make a change. Defense staying out there. They must still feel fresh. It is 16:06 left in the first period, playing 17 minutes periods, so 54 seconds have expired. You're welcome for the quick math. Puck will be dropped in the CT defensive zone. Won by Denver East up to their defenseman. Quick snapshot, doesn't quite get there. Intercepted. Here comes Cherokee Trail the other way. Ryan Emmons down through the middle. He's got Austin Tucker. Not offside. That was a great play. Here comes Austin around to pick up the puck. It gets dumped down low. Keep the pressure down low. Hit coming in. Austin fights it off. Puck behind the net now, fighting for possession. Here goes Ryan Emmons, dumps it back into the corner. Austin sets up in front, and the defensemen are up high. Ooh, good try out in front. Austin unable to get some hands on it, though. And here we go. We're 2-on-2 the other way. Puck poked away by Dakota, chipped out of the zone, and Denver East will regroup. Chipped it back D to D, giving their forwards enough time to clear the zone. Oh, now the puck comes out. Dakota picks it up, plays it up to the wing, up to Austin Tucker, chips it into the zone, and we go back to work on the offensive side. Their defenseman comes around, makes a quick pass to the wing, who chips it up through the middle of the ice to their player. Comes to another Denver East player waiting on the blue line, and now here comes Cherokee Trail in pursuit. Curls around the net, gains some speed, stretch pass up to the wing, gets across the red line and dumps it in. Here comes the change, couple defensemen, couple wings. Got to get back out to center ice because Denver is coming with speed. Puck picked up through the middle. Denver East now in the offensive zone. Cherokee Trail gains control in the corner. Tommy Wu with the puck, chips it up off the half wall. Cherokee Trail picks it up, moves it up again. They now have the red line. Run into each other, little traffic jam of Cougars there in the middle. Puck comes through center ice to Denver East. Trying to play it hard off the boards, and here comes Cherokee Trail the other way. Big number 4 defenseman tries to make a play, but was not able to finish his check. Play off the boards, picked up by Denver East, who curls. Our passes seem to be just that 1 or 2 feet off that make it impossible to reel in. And it's really keeping us from staging an effective counterattack on the transition. Play now comes behind the net. Cherokee Trail does have control, coming out with some speed up to the wing, chip up to the center, and it doesn't quite get out of the zone. Now it does. And Denver East will regroup quickly and come back on the quick counterattack. Transition play. Braxton able to eat up that shot like it was breakfast. .38 left here in the second period. Cherokee Trail trying to come back from a 2-1 deficit. Shave that down to no goal deficit. Get tied up with them so we can enter the third period and make it a heck of a hockey game. Puck comes around, is chipped out by the blue line, doesn't quite get out. Here comes back to the far side defenseman, moves it up to the wing, and here we come the other way. Across the red line, chipped to himself, gets the puck down deep, loses control to the defenseman, but it accidentally comes out in front to the wing. Cherokee Trail with enough pressure to create a turnover. Good play, good play. Keeps on him. Here comes a big body check I was expecting in the middle there, but the Denver East player saw it coming too and said, no thanks. Puck comes around to the corner. Defenseman picks up the puck, throws it off the boards to the wing, back through the middle. Good D-to-D play, then a quick chip up. Quick play there. Nice quick pass. And here comes Denver East into the offensive zone. Cherokee Trail ready to defend. Good check behind the net to eliminate the player and gain contest for the puck. It looks like there's a penalty called, and looks like it's going to be against Cherokee Trail. Number 7, the defenseman, looks like he may have taken a couple too many steps. We'll see what the official call is here in just a moment. But we will be a man down for at least the next 2 minutes. It is a trip, so 2 minutes for tripping. The Cherokee Trail Cougar heads to the box to have a playful set of banter with Mr. Todd Emmons, one of the parents of Ryan Emmons, manning the penalty box for the game. And again, this is unofficial parents' night because we are seeing the backs of so many parents' heads today. I figured, what the heck. Puck comes around to defense, who chips it out. And here we go with a short-handed opportunity for Cherokee Trail. Coming in, gets the puck deep, turns it over, but then turns around the other way to get back. And here we go. One Denver Eagle behind the defense. But Cherokee Trail able to take up that gap. Puck gets turned over and back down the other way. Great play there by the defense. The Denver East Eagle, gigantic goaltender, comes out like Godzilla to play the puck behind the net. Now he comes out to eye the Cherokee Trail player in front of the net, asking if he has any spare food. Cherokee Trail now playing on the half wall. Puck comes across. The Denver East defenseman had crashed the net So he did not have anybody there. Puck comes down, deflected by the defense, battling for control behind the net in the corner. Denver East has control, and now looks like they're going to try and set up a little bit of a more standard power play. Oh, good poke check. Puck comes out of the zone. That's a great play. So remember, when we're man short, anytime you can get that puck past the blue line and force that team on the power play to regroup, that is a great thing. Take time off the clock and just mess up their rhythm the best you can. Hard shot from the point goes wide. I have it on good authority that player is scheduled for an optometrist appointment next week. Puck play behind the net. Out to the far side. Here they go. They are set up. They move the puck east to west. Now a shot on goal. Everybody was covered in front of the net. Nobody got a stick on it. Puck now down in the corner. Chipped out to a player coming out of the corner. And Cherokee Trail gets control. Curls back. Has some time and space. This will be a good kill. There we go. A pass up to Solomon Kim. Unable to receive it. 7 seconds left in the penalty. 6-5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we are full strength Cougars. Wow, some fancy stick handling there by Dakota Griffiths. He definitely did not inherit that move. For those of you who don't know, that's my kid. And here we go, getting ready for an offensive zone face-off. Austin Tucker in to take the draw. Ryan Emmons out on a wing. And Jamie Frank on defense with her partner, who just came out of the penalty box. Coming back the other way, but Cherokee Trail does have enough defense back. Good poke check, forcing the player wide. Big hit coming. And there we go, we rattle the Zamboni doors. Battling for possession. Good play. Physical play really picking up here in the second period. Chip to Austin Tucker. Here he comes with speed. Cuts to the middle. Oh, good tip play, but it was offside. The little black disc of vulcanized rubber does have to go over the blue line first, boys. Face off in the neutral zone. Puck is down, comes to Ryan Emmons. Puck coming back the other way. Denver East has control, but we are able to hold the blue line and chip it out. Denver East tags up, comes back the other way. Great play at the blue line again. Ryan Emmons just being a defensive maniac out there. Now moving the puck on the offensive side. What a good shift this kid's having. Right back to Ryan Emmons. Control of the puck, puts it down to his wing in the corner. Good move there. Oh, just misses the pass. Jamie Frank able to keep it in and get it back down to Ryan. Chips it up in the air to our player in the corner. Cherokee Trail Cougars going to work in the offensive zone. Now here comes Denver East with a breakout. Interesting pass aiming for the other player's teeth. Not completed by Denver East, and here we come the other way. Denver East goalie unable to control the puck behind the net because he skates like King Kong. Comes out to the front, and now Cherokee Trail gets control back in their zone, looking for an option to move it out. Here it comes, and Denver East able to ultimately get that puck deep in our zone. Denver East working the puck down low. The Cougars setting up their defensive strategy in their defensive zone. Oh, good cut to the front of the net by Denver East, but Braxton able to make a poke check and eliminate the play. So no scoring opportunity there. Shot just wide. Again, another player due for an eye checkup. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. D-to-D pass into his own feet. And here they come through the neutral zone one more time. And now in the offensive zone, it's that number 4 defenseman who needs a skate sharpening. Austin Tucker gets control of the puck and says, "Whew, I need some oxygen. I think I'll just ice it and go get a change." We're at 8:35 left in the second period. Still a score of 2-1 in a back-and-forth battle. The Cougars seem to have kind of dialed it in and have got their breakout strategy figured out, making some better passes and controlling the puck a little bit better. Here we come the other way. Puck in the neutral zone. Physical play there to try and keep it there. Evan Olander gets that puck deep. 67 there for the Cougars. Puck comes up high and then tipped down low. Here we come on the offensive side of the puck. Tries to cut to the middle but loses control. Oh, Tommy Wu. Oh, pass by Denver East to the far side. Drop pass to the trailing defenseman. moves it to the middle of the ice, but intercepted and chipped out by the Cougars. Kind of a awkward pass, D to D there. Didn't quite make it to the right person, but we are offside. We'll have to tag up. Now we're able to get in there and pursue. The Denver East goaltender came out and stick handled the puck again, like he had 2 ham sandwiches on the end of his stick. Puck comes down deep. We are in pursuit. However, we did toe pick. The puck comes out to the neutral zone. Denver East now with control, tries to make a move, does not get around to the defense. Battle for the puck on the defensive side of the red line. We're trying to get control. 4 or 5 players in about 6 square feet of ice. They pass it right to the Cougars' feet, and now we get it deep. Play coming down behind the Denver East goaltender. Around to the wing, chips it to the center. Standard breakout play coming. A little bit of speed. Tries to go east-west. The puck intercepted by the Cherokee Trail defense. Hard wraparound to the wing on the near side. Tries to get the puck. Gets it close to the red line. And here comes our defense trying to create. The puck gets poked away and comes back down deep. We're able to pick up the puck. Hammers it right into the Denver East player. That's got to feel good. Now we play it off the boards. And Denver East takes control. Defense moves it up to the wing. Up to the other far side wing, and we pursue the puck into the corner. Battle there. Seems to be won by Cherokee Trail. However, a Denver East Eagle was able to blast our defenseman and gain control of the puck. We're coming the other way with speed. Beats him wide. Not quite sure what happened in front. The Cougar was able to ditch his defenseman. The referee's arm is up. Looks like we will have a penalty here. No call yet. Denver East has control of the puck, so the penalty is definitely on Cherokee Trail as we try and get control. Tag up so that we can get that whistle. And looks like here's our opportunity to do so. There we go. So the whistle is blown. That goal, of course, does not count because as soon as we touched up, the penalty is called. So we do have a Cherokee Trail player going back to visit Mr. Todd Emmons in the penalty box. 2 minutes. The call is a cross-check. 5:51 left in the second period here. And Cherokee Trail will go on the penalty kill again. Puck is down. Cherokee Trail wins the draw, puts it up the boards to the defense. The defense looks to the middle, then looks to the far side defense. They have control, and they're now set up in the offensive zone. Puck comes up high. The defenseman tries to make a tricky pass down low. Doesn't quite get there. Cherokee Trail has control, tries to play it off the boards. However, the Denver East Angels are able to cut off that chip play. Now we get it out all the way down the ice for a clear. Goaltender stick handles the puck behind the net like a blacksmith. Hands it off to the defenseman, who then continues up ice to the wing. Good defensive play by Tommy Wu in the corner, completing the check, making them lose control of the puck. Unfortunately, the clear went over the glass, so the face-off will be in the Cherokee Trail Cougar defensive zone. 1:09 left in the penalty kill here for the Cougars. Denver East having some success setting up in the offensive zone. They do have some pressure. However, it has not been clean. They have not been able to move the puck around the perimeter and draw the penalty killers towards them in an effort to create a good scoring opportunity. Now the puck dropped, and Cherokee Trail challenging for possession and coming back the other way. Not quite able to get through, though. Now we have control of the puck, and here we come shorthanded. With wheels coming through, tries to get around the defenseman, unable to do so. Luckily, we have not overcommitted, so we're still in a good place defensively. Puck comes into the zone. Little poke check by the defense. Denver East moves through and scores. Short side, high glove. The defense got a little overcommitted there and got walked around. Looks like he had a little word with his goaltender, said, "Sorry, bud, that's on me." So the score is now 3-1 as Denver East converts on a power play and takes an increasing lead with 4.5 left in the second period. Don't forget to send in your answers to the Cherokee Trail hockey trivia question asked between the first and second period. Remember, we're looking for what the longest suspension due to an in-game infraction was in the NHL, in NHL history. I want to know who got that infraction, who it was, how long they were suspended. Again, send your answers to cthockeytrivia@gmail.com. Cherokee Trail with the puck through the neutral zone, coming into the offensive zone. That is a textbook hip check by Denver East. A great play. Really bummed to see it because I'd rather we have scored. Good shot by the point. Now Denver East coming back the other way. Need to get back defensively. A bouncing puck coming in on goaltender Braxton Blithe, who eats it up just like a good kid should eat his vegetables. Sorry, folks, I'm really struggling here for original material. Dean kind of takes up all the good stuff, so I'm ad-libbing. Defensive zone faceoff coming up for the Cougars. Puck is down. Battle in the corner for the puck comes up to the half wall. No clear possession really established. Everybody's just kind of whacking at it, trying to get it out or trying to get it in and get it deep. Now the puck comes to Cherokee Trail, and Solomon Kim settles it down. Tries to chip it past, but ends up turning it over at the blue line. Here comes Denver East. Turns it over again. And now Cherokee Trail has control, trying to break out, hammers it into one of the Denver East players' shin pads. Puck barely squeaks out, so we get a little bit of a reprieve against the onslaught of pressure. Puck off our defender's skate, ended up on net, and Braxton, rather than take a risk, eats that up as well. Braxton standing in pretty tall here. Aside from the two short side goals on the glove side, looking pretty good here. Rebounds are getting cleared. Coming out aggressively. You can see him there at the top of his crease for this faceoff. Well, you can kind of see him. I'm looking over Ed's shoulder here, and it looks like the screen's a little bit far back. Sorry about that, folks. Again, the challenges of being here in Joy Burns Arena. Good opportunity there for Denver East, but the players just put the puck wide. And the puck clears the defensive zone for Cherokee Trail. And Denver East trying to come back the other way. A couple good moves. However, he is a better stick handler than a shooter. He put it right into the logo for the Cherokee Trail goaltender. Ryan Emmons poking on the puck, trying to get it out of the zone. Plays it with a skate. Fighting off two Angels there on the half wall. Now gets some assistance from another Cougar. Good shot on net. That was a mover. And the rebound comes up to Austin Tucker, who moves it through the neutral zone. Puck gets deep, and they pursue it with some speed. Looks at the defenseman, puts him hard into the wall. What a great play that was as well. Now the puck trickles out to the front. Ryan Emmons in pursuit. Up to Tommy Wu on the point. Back down to Ryan Emmons, who cycles it back down low for Austin Tucker. Austin looking for a pass across the middle. Oh, it bounces over Tommy Wu's stick, and they have to regroup. Oh, Tommy tries to make a move, almost turns it over, but recovers. Now chips it up to center ice, where Denver East steps up, takes control, moves to the middle, makes a nice play to the outside. Austin Tucker filling in for Tommy Wu on that defensive play, making a play in the corner. Now Ryan Emmons has control, chips it behind the net for Tommy Wu, who reverses to the other side of the wing, backhands it out just along the boards, and East will have to pursue. Ryan Emmons coming for a change. Two players come out, and here we go. Got a fresh set of troops out here as number 3 from the East Angels comes barreling down. A lot of speed on his attack. He loses the puck in the referee's skates. That happens sometimes, you know. They're out there too. Puck comes up to the defenseman. Hard shot. Looks like it was tipped a couple times before it got in on net. So Braxton did a great job seeing through the players to be able to get something on that puck. Puck behind the net comes around to the near side wing. We do have a player streaking through the middle. A little chip pass, but that's going to be an icing. And sure enough, the whistle blows by our group of 2 Zebras on the ice. And the Cougars get a fresh set of players on the ice. Defensive zone faceoff coming up once again. with 55 seconds left in the second period. Just about there, folks. I know you're waiting on the edge of your seat to hear the answer to our Cherokee Trail hockey trivia. Puck won by the Cherokee Trail Cougars. Wrap around the boards to the wing. Comes around half speed. Puck gained by Cherokee Trail. Forechecking, gets across the blue line. Tries to make a move. Puck's coming through the middle. Cherokee Trail still has control of it. Chip pass out to the middle. Puck on net and glove down by the Denver East goaltender. A little more exciting there for the last 55 seconds. 35.3 seconds left now in the second period. The Cougars looking at each other saying, hey, let's figure out what a good play is. I would really want to score here. You guys are like, no, let's just dump it deep. No, let's really try and score. Having decided to score, here they come to take the draw. Puck is down. We gain control. Cut to the middle. Oh, good try, but it doesn't quite convert. Denver East makes a smart play, kind of chips it out, but they're in hot pursuit here, so can't sit on our laurels. Puck comes around. Hard wrap around by the defense up to the half wall. Play made on that. Now the puck reverses court. 16 seconds left. Brody Lewis has control. Chips it up through the middle. And Cherokee Trail has control. A chance for one last scoring opportunity here. Blind backhand pass made through the middle. And Denver East is going to try and come back. I think they're going to run out of clock, though. There's only 2 seconds left. Shot was taken. Was not on net. So the end of the second period arrives with the score being extended by 1 goal for Denver East. It is now 3-1 with 1 period left to play. 17 minutes left for the boys to come back and make their mark. We're going to go ahead and take a break from the broadcast here while they resurface the ice. We want to make sure we have enough batteries to complete the game. So once again, here is the question for the trivia. It is, who in the NHL received the longest suspension in NHL history? How long was that suspension? So I need the name and I need the duration of the suspension for the longest suspension in NHL history. Again, email your answers to cthockeytrivia@gmail.com. And with that, we'll sign off and get back to you at the start of the third period.
All right. We're back live.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Dean is back. So Dean will take over the play-by-play calling. So you don't have to listen to my nonsense anymore. You have a real experienced broadcaster.
You get to listen to my nonsense.
Yeah, two nonsenses.
Hey,
but I do want to complete the Cherokee Trail trivia question.
Please.
So,
I missed the question, so I did not have good reception where I was, so I didn't even get to hear the question. So lay it on me.
Okay, so the question was, what is the current NHL record for longest suspension, and who holds it?
Wow.
So that question went out. Between the first and second period, we got, let me check my email, we got a single response, and the single response was from our other listener this time. So
fantastic.
So Bob Griffiths, you are correct. It was Rafi Torres who was assessed a 41-game suspension for an illegal hit to the head. He was a repeat offender when he was playing for the San Jose Sharks. So good job.
41
Bob
games. Now, Bob, you too get to choose from a fist bump, a firm pat on the back, or a brand new, all expense paid, shiny nothing.
That's right. We could probably even, I mean, I don't want to speak for my wife. We can probably throw in a breakfast burrito.
Ooh.
Right. Now it's getting real.
That's that. Now it's real.
Yeah. Now there's tangible benefits for doing the Google.
Well, thank you for playing along out there in Radioland. And Griff, thank you for holding down the fort. Ed, thank you for what you do. And third period about to commence. It looks like we are down 3-1, game in reach. Third period, pitter-patter.
Let's get at her.
Let's play some hockey, boys. All right, face-off down in their zone. East pushes it to the neutral zone. Gathered in, pushed ahead. Little whack puck. We'll see what happens. The Angels throw it in. Onside play. Kukic there on the back check. Gathers, goes. Onside play, pushes wide, has help at the net. Centering pass up and carried out by the Angels. with speed. Whoa, Solo Kim. They're on the back check with speed, gathers it, steals it, and pushed up back to the neutral zone. East will regroup. Chipped into the zone. Pass comes D to D. Tommy will throw it ahead to Solo. Kim's there on the boards, dumps it deep. Nope, doesn't get there. East comes back the other way with it. Frank's behind the cage. Puts it to the corner. Shot, save, rebound, loose. Still loose. And Braxton covers the puck. Hey, by any means necessary.
Right.
Get the whistle. Out of way. That'll draw the face-off over to his left. Far dot. I see Jamie, Austin, Emmons. I'll tell you the others in a bit. Puck's loose behind the cage. East is there to press. Defense right with him. At a girl, James.
Really, folks, we do want to learn these kids' names. We're trying really hard.
It's a roster number combination. Shot.
Short side misses the net.
Grateful for that. Puck comes around near side. Emmons push it up the boards. Combination. Tucker's there on the forecheck. East tries to come near side with it. They move ahead to the neutral zone. Onside play. Wide centering pass denied by Parker. Puck comes loose at the dot. Tucker's right there. Picks it up and out of the zone. Clears it. East retreats back. Pressure from Esquivel on the forecheck. Throws some grenade, does East, but it pays off. They're in the zone on sides. Towards the net. Frank's right there. Great play with her skates. Takes the puck, pushes it right back out of the zone. The Angels need to regroup. They do. They move back in onside. Up through the slot. Defensive play there. Fantastic. They converge, push the puck away from the East player. They're still working at it, though. Parker will grab it, takes a step and a look, moves it ahead. Sylvester will push it forward, and he'll go press on the forecheck. East hopped a pass. Did Olander. Out of way, Evan. He'll pursue on the forecheck as well. Boy, East is throwing a lot of pucks. We've got great anticipation to the Cougars and getting in those lanes and hopping passes. Griff will short pass over to Lewis. He'll put it into the zone. Onside play. Shot coming. Save. Rebound is loose. Still loose. Oh, man. What an opportunity. Keep working now, Cougars. Puck all the way down. That looks like icing to me. The ref agrees.
You know, I like the opportunities off the rush, but I would love a little bit more sustained pressure in their zone.
Absolutely. But it is a game of momentum, and you got to build it. And getting down on their side is a good way to start, eh?
It is indeed. I think right now it's a game of inertia. We have a lot of it.
The good news about Mass is once it gets going, believe me, I know, it's hard to stop. So let's get going. Shot, turned aside by the East goalie. Angels try to reverse around. Far boards now. Up and down the ice. That looks like icing once more. And again, the ref says it is. So we'll get set for an offensive zone draw.
Now, again, pretty good pace here. There's 13:23 left in the third period. Still down by 2. But again, I'd like to thank our listeners for joining us, all 2 or 3 of them, for the honorary unofficial Parents' Night, where you get to stare at the back of our parents' heads for the duration of the game.
And for the reward for not being able to see the game, you get to hear us describe it, which is only slightly better than the backs of heads. Pressure in the zone now by the Cougars. Towards the net. Doesn't get through. Puck to the corner. East looks to clear it out. They'll carry. Short pass up to the blue line. Big hit there from Tommy. But the Angels push it forward. This time Kim pushes it back towards the neutral zone. Solo's there. Saul gets his skates in line, and ahead we go. Wu, onside play, will dump it deep. Takes a shot after release. Puck on the far side of the boards. Pushed right back down by Olander. And here come the Angels. Shot, save, big save. Out of way. Puck to the high slot. Puck's loose. Good back check there. Defense got involved. Puck stayed out of the net. I like it. And ahead we go. Wu will carry once more. Short pass ahead to Kim. He'll tip it into the zone. That's an onside play. No icing. Forecheck from Kukic. East will gather behind their net. Try to break out to the near side. They do. Get the neutral zone. Crossways pass to open the ice. East in. Centering pass. Picked up by Parker. Moves it ahead to Esquivel, who'll give it to Kukic. Back to Esquivel. And into the zone. Towards the slot. Oh, have a shot. Jamie will move it down low. Towards the net. Chip towards the cage. Just wide. East offsides. Ref sees it. That'll draw the whistle. And the neutral zone face-off at the near dot.
So something I'm noticing here, and this has been consistent through the first and second period as well, and those of you out in TV land, or web land, I guess it would be, keep an eye on this. When Cherokee Trail gets the puck, we tend to stay outside the dots. We're staying in the outside and the periphery, even through the neutral zone, whereas Denver East, they're able to make their attacks right through the center of the ice, in the middle of the ice. A lot more threats, a lot more options there if you carry the puck through the middle of the ice. So I give a acknowledgement nod to Denver East for taking the middle of the ice, and an encouragement nod to the Cougars. Let's get to the middle of the ice and attack.
That's right. You got to clog that house right up, Jeremy. As you know, that's where goals get scored. And so you got to take that space away and go find that space yourself. More about hockey than I'll ever know. Emmons will gather it, moves up, crossways pass, breakout, into the zone now. And East will come right back out with it. Emmons says, nope, not this time. Pushes it up towards the blue line. Makes East try again. They're battling at the boards. Right below us here. Can't see the puck, but I see a lot of confused hockey players. There we go.
Trail defenseman, one hand on his stick, shaking his head, waiting for somebody to kick the puck out. That was hilarious. He
fantastic.
Looking at the parents in the stands and laughing.
Parker will gather it in, skates to space, away from pressure, and bangs it ahead into the offensive zone. Pressure from Emmons. Love that kid's motor. Every team needs a motor guy or two or three. Emmons is certainly one of ours. Puck squirts free, far side. Griff will check his shoulder, pick up the puck, pull it back near side to Emmons. Towards the net, missed the cage. And here comes Parker on the move. Short pass ahead to Griffiths. Shot, save. Goalie holds on. And we'll get an offensive zone draw. Good rip. I like to see that from Dakota. Hey, you have a shot, take it. Put the puck on net. Good things will happen.
Yeah, being able to jump up into the play, too. I mean, he saw the play developing behind the net, saw Parker carrying the puck and move it up to the center and just jumped in the offense. So that's kind of a little bit of positionless hockey. Good awareness, right? Making sure that we have odd men to pass the puck to.
Agreed. And that is only going to get better as this season progresses. Remember, this team is young playing together. These East kids have been playing together for the last 6 months. Here come the Angels on the move, onside play. Shot doesn't get through. Puck near side. Swept away. Good defensive play. Pressure right at the slot. And once again, shot doesn't get through. Trickles forward, and Braxton will cover out away. And we'll get another whistle.
Two old teammates there saying hi to each other. Pete Galambos and Dakota Griffiths. They were on a team together about 5 years ago.
One of the things I love about hockey, Griff, we've talked about this over the years. It's a community, and these kids know each other, played each other, and with and opposing teammates. It's fun to watch. Griff on the move, moves ahead to Kukic. Emilio pushes wide, has help at the slot. Centering pass doesn't get through, still working down low, though. Kukic still working. Two Angels. He caught an edge, went down, popped right back up. No call, no problem. Once more, they want that stretch pass. They tip it, so puck's alive. Griff will check his shoulder, gather it in, and start the breakout. East gets fresh legs, plays off the boards to Kim, who's there on the forecheck. East goes D to D to D. And this guy wants to go. Gets the red line and the blue line. And there it is. Brody bumps him off the puck. Out of way, Lewis. That's the play. And now
Good
Kim will
breakout.
move with speed. Has help from Kukic. Onside play, puck down low. Kim's there. Wu hopped right in. Puck still in the zone. Well played there at the blue line. He says, I've had enough. They throw it down the ice. That is icing. No. Or yes. I said icing. They didn't blow it right away, so I questioned myself. And then Jeremy. Turns out I was right.
It's all good.
Offensive zone draw. I see Tucker. I see Esquivel. Emmons. Olander. And Wu. East controls behind the cage. Forecheck right there. Good battle down low. Get some possession here, Cougars. East in, onside, towards the net, save, turned aside, puck loose. Centering pass chipped up high, kept in, pushed right back on net, pushed aside by the defense. Well played there. That was Quinn Simmons. At away cue. Offensive zone pressure now.
So it's about 7 minutes left in the third period here. So clock's starting to become a factor. We're going to have to start taking some chances to create some offense if we want to get back in this game.
East will regroup, push D to D.
Got some final scores to announce for the NCAA tournament, too, when we get to the next stoppage.
Here we go, Tucker. Have a shot. Just wide. Good rip. Keep taking those shots, Austin. And here come the Angels. Tommy read the pass. But here comes East once more. Tommy right back in the play on defense. Puck's on the outside of the net. And the ref sees that, blows the whistle. We'll get a defensive zone draw on this side, right in front of us.
So the first round of the NCAA College Championship is underway. First round, and tonight the games were Minnesota State losing to Western Michigan 3-1. Michigan beat Bentley 5-1, and Denver completing the victory over Cornell 5-0.
Out of way.
Penn State and Minnesota Duluth, that game should be starting shortly here. So if you're a true hockey fan and following hockey in the NCAA, you're welcome.
Pios advance. That's what I like to hear, Griff.
You betcha.
On the move now is Kylan. Let's get going. Onside play, has help at the slot. Shot, save, rebound, loose. Still loose. Oh, boy. East came in, cleared out the slot there. Here they come, onside play. Push towards the net. Behind.
Good physical play there.
Puck ahead goes Schmidt, out of way. Hits the brakes. Two East defensemen are with him. Kylan still maintains the pressure. Now he's to poke it to the corner, where Kim will join the fray. Pass through the slot to the near point. Parker gives it a ride. Shot. Chipped just wide. Good job still by these Cougars getting in the lane. You talked about sustained pressure in the zone, Griff.
Good shift here.
It's not a lot of control, but it's in their end, and we're keeping them from getting it out. Frank and the Angels gather it in near point here, walk it, pop it. Shot doesn't get through. Good defensive stick work there. Keeps East from getting the shot off. Kukic chips it by one, slips the hit, gets in. Back check right on him immediately. There's a delayed penalty coming. Or we're just
It was
offsides.
offside.
Just offsides.
Yeah, we never
I like that better.
Cleanly tagged up.
Here comes an offensive zone face-off after that icing. I see Kukic, Griffiths, Lewis, Esquivel, Emmons,
Tucker.
and Tucker.
I'm telling you, seeing the back of all these parents' heads, I'm getting envious of all these full heads of hair. Just green with envy.
I know that feeling. Puck moves to the near corner now. Pressure from Tucker. East moves it ahead, on the move, down the ice. Emmons checks his shoulder, pushes it back to the neutral zone. Got to hold on to your twig. Lewis behind the cage, takes a look, moves it up the far boards, far side to Tucker. Touches up the neutral zone. Race to the puck. Esquivel's there, so is Tucker. Pushed forward. East tries to open the ice, go far side with it. Griffiths read it. Put it right back to the neutral zone. Over to Esquivel, on the move, does 8-1. Pass to Tucker, pulls up. Centering pass, no shot, save, rebound loose, and then covered up and smothered by the Angel goalie. That'll get us an offensive draw. Delayed extra whistle? What's the bonus whistle for?
Timeout, it looks like maybe it's been called by the Cougars. 3:49 left in the third period. Pull out the grease board.
Draw up a 2-point play.
I was thinking cartoon characters, but
You know, from what I've seen, I know I missed the first two periods, Griff, but I like the way our defense is. They're active in the play, sticks in lanes. I haven't seen a lot of shots get through. I've seen a lot of shot attempts.
yeah, things are getting tight up. Like it's a tight checking game. Looks like the gaps are getting a lot better. I mentioned that in the second period. If you give players too much room to skate through the neutral zone, then you're creating trouble for yourself because you won't have the same speed that you need to keep up with them when they enter your zone. So they're doing a much better job keeping within one stick length and just wreaking havoc, keeping Denver East from gaining control, creating some turnovers. Now they just got to find another gear, and they got to bury two here in the next little less than 4 minutes.
And we're going to keep the goalie on the bench, put 6 attackers on the ice. And those 6 look like Kim, Kukic, Simmons, Parker, Schmidt, and Wu. Puck drops, controlled by East. They throw it down the ice.
Uh-oh.
East flying.
This is a set play.
Yep, it is. And that's a goal. You can tell they have an empty net play due to the Angels.
Yep.
And they just made it there. And Braxton will make his way back in to the net.
Yeah, that was executed really well, too.
Yeah, well played by East.
Yeah.
I also get you pull the goalie, take the chance in the offensive zone. You got 2 goals in less than 4 minutes. I don't sweat that decision.
No, I mean, you got to make something happen. It's been a battle to get any kind of offensive zone time, and we had an offensive zone face-off, so that's as good a time as any to push your chips to the middle of the table and take a chance.
Agreed. Face-off is contested. Kukic comes out with it. Go, Emilio. Onside play. Still with possession. Stick handles by one of their guys and one of ours. Puck to the open place to Parker. Sees it go down to Tucker. Moves it to Parker. East is right there with it. They want that open pass. They get it. Net empty again. And they're going to call a delayed penalty and a goal. And that'll make it 5-3.
The thing about pushing all your chips to the middle of the table is when it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Yeah, you end up in a deeper hole than you started.
Yeah.
So now we're down by 4, and less than 30 seconds has expired on the clock since we were down by 2.
So Braxton back in net. Face-off, won by the Cougars. Wu pushes it ahead. He'll press, so will Dragon. East moves it around to the far side. Good pressure there from Lewis, it looked like. Nope, excuse me, it wasn't Brody.
Bench,
yep.
Yeah.
That was Weber, actually. Kalen. 18 and 19 look the same to me sometimes. Puck towards the net. They're going to call that a shot on goal, and the goalie plays it behind his cage to his defenseman to keep the clock running.
Having those big ham sandwiches on the end of his arms are good for something.
Puck loose towards the net, doesn't get through. East pushes to the neutral zone. Puck squirts free into our zone. Good stick work there by Wu. Got in the lane, no pass. Moves ahead now, does Weber. Shot, save. Is that a... Oh, boy. Goalie lost sight of it, but he had it under him. Good rip there, Kalen. Out of way. No such thing as a bad shot.
I always get a little hopeful when the goalie's wondering where the heck that puck went.
Right?
Just a little glimmer of, oh, did it go? And no, it didn't.
Face off. Tucker pushes to the corner, then he'll press. East will look to work it up and out of the zone. They do. On the move at the red line, blue line, onside play. Pushed wide. Good play by Lewis. East puts it to the point. Back down to the corner. Centering pass, well read by Emmons. He puts it behind the cage to the far side to Griffiths. Griff's there. Chips it ahead to Tucker. He'll move it up. Good play by the East player at the blue line. Puts it right back down low. Lewis is here first. Moves it to near side to Emmons. He'll gather it. Backhand it forward out of the zone. Angels clear and are right back in.
So this is very much what the first period looked like, as us trying to get it up the boards and
here we go.
Just not able to get it through. Good try there.
Right idea. Well played defensively by the Angels. Good rip, just wide. Rebound comes out. Push to the corner.
Last minute of play here.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. And East will just dump it in and get a change. Content to let the clock wind down. Emmons still that motor going. At a kid, Ryan. No quit in this Cougar team. It's one of the things I love about them. Well played by Lewis. Poked that puck away while the guy was trying to dipsy doodle his way through. All dipsy, no doodle. East will try it again. Shot. Save. Rebound loose. Far boards. Pushed ahead by Sylvester. Into the zone. Final moments of this third period. And that will do it for this contest. Final score 5-3 East over your Cherokee Trail Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, couple little errors that need to be cleaned up here by the Cougars, but let's not discount that the other team played a pretty good game. You could see the difference between the first couple moments of the first period and as the game progressed. Their passing became more crisp. They were moving it around. They knew where guys were. So that's just an experienced team that's been playing together for a while, and it made a difference, right? Not just from execution, but also from efficiency. If you have to work 3 times as hard to get control of the puck, you're going to be tired.
Indeed. And now the best tradition in all of sports is this hockey handshake line, Griff. We talked about it a little earlier. We're a community off the ice. We compete on the ice. These student athletes competed against each other and as teammates at various times over their careers. And you love the show of respect here. Hey, good effort. You got the better of us this time. We'll get you next time. And I suspect it'll be a little bit different. We see these guys again.
Yeah, for sure. Love it. Especially seeing all these guys that have played together in the past. Brody was on a team with Dakota and Pete Galambos. I know Jamie Frank has been with some of those players before.
Yep.
So yeah, just a good group.
Yep, agreed. So the good thing about this is you don't have to chew on it all that long. Opportunity Sunday to get right back after it, as these Cougars will take on somebody.
And there we go, honorary parents night. we got the fronts of some of their heads as they walk through the screen.
It's fantastic. we're right back after it on Sunday against the Mountain Militia. Ooh, that championship rematch, Jeremy.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Yeah, you wonder if that team has these guys circled on their calendar or if they even care.
I don't know. There's probably enough turnover between teams that, some of them are like, oh, I remember those guys. But it's hard to develop animosity when, half your team moves on and JV moves up.
That's right. But I'm eager for that one. Give the Cougs a chance to get right back right and compete and play some hockey. Well, Jeremy, thank you for hauling all the gear. Ed, thank you for setting it all up and you guys both and running the camera and for letting me hop in late. Appreciate you guys so much and looking forward to our next out on Sunday afternoon. Until then, I will say onward and upward.